Alright, boys. Got a Pokemon Crystal version. This came by for a save battery replacement, but I closed it up and got my camera ready because I need to share with you some homemade battery replacement job that I discovered. This looks like it was done many, many years ago. It's definitely not a new one, but it's an interesting one. So, inside these Pokemon games, there's a save battery in here. So it's a CR 2025. It's 3 volt cell battery. Most importantly, these are the replacements. So they have tabs that are tack welded to the cell. Very little heat used. It's not solder, it's tack weld. So it's like put on with an electrolysis, it's just zapped, done, it's tacked on. And that's set. Anyway, the reason why it's tack welded is because if you were to solder to it, the heat required to bind to the stainless steel is roughly close to the heat required to rupture the cell. Something you definitely don't want to do. Anyway, highly advisable not to try soldering these. Unless you're soldering to the tabs, obviously. So anyway, they're tabbed for a reason. You can pick up tab batteries. You can get them in electronic centers. I guess Radio Shack if it's in your area, if you're in the US. The Source, I don't know if they still carry these things. Anyway, you can get them on eBay, AliExpress, Amazon. They're really easy to get and fairly cheap. But this is a homemade jobby. So there's someone used, looks like a sticker for insulation. And by the looks of this, dear God, I don't really know what they did. I think it's an original battery. I'm thinking, my guess is the tabs broke off at some point and someone tried to solder it themselves. It looks like they were kind of half successful. Anyway. No speculation. Let's get that out of there. There's no need for this to be sitting on the board like that. So, I don't wish to keep this battery. Just going to heat it up and get rid of it. Let's get some braid. Dab of flux won't hurt. Let's clean up all that dirty old solder that they left behind. Alright. From the smell of that flux, this is original. I suspect that was an original battery that, like I said, the tabs probably broke off or cracked or whichever, and someone tried to fix it. Didn't do any damage. Probably lucky they didn't, but anyway, yeah, this is not the original. This is a replacement. So what they did, they broke the tabs off the old battery, and they attempted to solder it to the new one. And my guess is it didn't work. The reason why I believe this is a replacement is because these stickers are usually on the negative side of a new battery when you purchase it. And they would definitely not have been on the originals. Anyway, so let's get that soldered on and taken care of so we can close this up and call that one done. So we got nice clean pads, a little bit of flux, not a lot. Number one thing, watch your polarity of these. The printed label side, that basically tells you the brand, the type, that's positive. On the underside, the checkered side, that's negative. On the boards, they're marked positive, negative. Don't mess those up. I don't know how many times I've opened up one of these batteries, one of these games that someone brought to me to fix, and they said that it's not working. And I open it up and the battery's been replaced by somebody else and has not been installed properly. That's an annoyance. There's no reason. It takes 3 seconds for you to double check the polarity of it. Everyone can make mistakes, sure, but this is not something that you should be making mistakes with. Sure. These don't have to be perfect. You're just soldering them and making a connection. I do like to keep the heat there a little bit longer because it is stainless steel. And I want to make sure that the solder actually binds to it. And I'm going to redo this leg here again. So this little fella's actually sticking up on me. Tab is bent. I could take it apart again, fix it, or I can just do this. This also works. There we go. Anyway, as with every battery, I always do a quick little spot check just to make sure that I have it right. Again, check polarity, positive, negative. Look at that, 3.3 volts. Let's get rid of the glare. There you go, 3.315. Good to go. So battery is good for another couple of years, hopefully. And most importantly, it's not taped and whatever that was. So anyway, we just quickly close that up. No real special tricks. Single screw, slides in place. And there we go. Pokemon Crystal. Gotta catch them all.